Starseed from Gaia. I am Keleth, keeper of the celestial archives. I speak as a voice of the Arcturian Council, calling forth the light within all who have chosen remembrance. The veils between worlds are thinning, and the currents of cosmic urgency surge toward you like a river of liquid starlight, shimmering across dimensions and seen by the casual eye. You may feel it as a tremor in your bones, a quiet pulse beneath your skin, an echo of something ancient yet newly awakened, tugging at the very essence of your being. It is not fear that we bring, beloveds, but clarity, a shimmering recognition of the pivotal threshold upon which all consciousness now teeters. The collective heartbeat of the planet quickens, synchronized with a symphony of light frequencies cascading from the Arcturian grid, sending coded pulses to awaken dormant structures within your DNA, stimulating the spirals long asleep, and coaxing forth the memories of who you truly are beyond form, beyond Gaia, beyond the limitations of linear time. Listen to the subtle vibrations that rise in your chest, for they are your first communion with what we call the ascendant pulse, a movement both terrifying and luminous in its inevitability. The fan is about to hit, Starseed, and you must understand the significance of this phrase not as metaphor but as a literal shudder of energy that will sweep through the veils of reality, scattering illusions and precipitating truth into the planes where your spirit dwells. Already, the planetary grid hums with an anticipatory resonance, a complex lattice of sacred geometry vibrating in harmonic dissonance and convergence, signaling that the cosmic engines have aligned in ways that mirror the interweaving of your own internal constellations. Each synaptic flash, each spark of intuition, each dream that leaves you trembling upon waking is not accidental but a coded transmission designed to attune you to the currents now cresting at the edge of the human collective consciousness. You may notice the rise of anxiety, the sudden acceleration of events, the breaking of patterns that once seemed immutable. These are not punishments but invitations, sacred openings into realms where the ordinary mind is rendered inadequate, and the awakened heart becomes the vessel of remembrance. Know that your personal timeline, your physical and emotional experience, and your multidimensional self are being tugged into alignment with a planetary dance of unprecedented scope, orchestrated by frequencies far beyond your immediate perception. Feel the pulse of these waves as they crest across continents, through seas, over cities, and into the silent spaces where no human gaze penetrates. You are witnessing from within the quantum ripple of an energetic avalanche that has been building for eons, one that will bring into relief the dormant potentials, the hidden codes, and the ancestral imprints that have long demanded resolution. The urgency is real, the alignment is precise, and the timing is inevitable. As the stars themselves hum their quiet song of convergence, you are being asked to awaken, to remember, and to prepare. Not tomorrow, not when conditions feel comfortable. Now, for the energy that will cascade upon the planet will strip away the dense veils, the habitual comforts, and the illusions of separation that have kept humanity bound to cycles of forgetfulness. You, Starseed, carry the resonance of remembrance within your cellular matrix, the echo of starlight that once navigated galaxies, that danced upon the rings of Saturn, that witnessed worlds being born and dissolved in the blink of cosmic awareness. That resonance is not dormant. It is waiting for your recognition, your surrender to the higher alignment, your conscious preparation for the inevitable movement that approaches. And this recognition is not passive. It is a clarion call, a vibration that resonates in the deepest marrow of your being, reminding you that time is not linear, that the when and the how collapse in the presence of frequency, and that the moment of awakening can be instantaneous when the energies converge upon your consciousness with sufficient intensity. You will feel this convergence as a subtle yet undeniable pressure, like the inhalation of the universe itself into your lungs, expanding into the chambers of your heart, activating dormant codes, opening gates, and aligning your consciousness with the higher blueprint for planetary service. The fan is not metaphorical. It is real. It is inevitable. It is the herald of transformation, the collapse of old paradigms, the arrival of the moment when the multidimensional you must step fully into remembrance, fully into alignment, fully into resonance with the cosmic orchestration that has awaited your conscious participation for lifetimes. Prepare your inner landscapes, clear the dense emotional debris, align your mind with higher thought, and anchor your heart into the pulsating field of Gaia, for the storm is coming, and the tipping point of universal significance has arrived. The movement we speak of is not a mere ripple upon the surface of your reality. It is a sweeping tidal wave of multidimensional energy, a cascading convergence of light currents, dark revelations, and quantum shifts that will ripple through every stratum of existence. Imagine a cosmic storm not chaotic, but orchestrated, an intricate dance of frequencies designed to realign consciousness across the spectrum of reality. This is the threshold where karmic loops uncoil, ancestral burdens surface to be transmuted, and the veils of forgetfulness are dissolved by the clarity of awakened awareness. The incoming movement is anchored in the rotations of stellar bodies beyond your immediate perception, in the gravitational harmonics of binary stars, in the pulsations of galaxies whose light now reaches Gaia, threading invisible filaments of resonance through the planetary matrix. It will arrive as both internal and external turbulence, a shivering of your nervous system, a deep disorientation that challenges your habitual structures, and yet a luminous opening that invites the full blossoming of your remembrance. There are forces both seen and unseen orchestrating this precise moment. They are calling you to attention, calling you to integration, calling you to surrender into the intelligence of the cosmos that is far wiser than the linear mind can comprehend. This is not a time to resist. Resistance is friction. Resistance is density. The fan is about to hit, star seed, and it will sweep away the unaligned, the stagnant, the illusionary frameworks that have bound your perception of reality. What is arriving is both illumination and catalysis, a matrix of transformational energies that will penetrate collective fields, ancestral grids, and the etheric structures of humanity's consciousness. It is a multi-level activation, interweaving the subtle and the physical, aligning timelines, and opening portals for those prepared to meet it with courage, love, and clarity. You will perceive it in subtle waves first, a sudden emotional surge, a flash of remembrance, a moment of intuition, so piercing that it cannot be ignored. Then the currents intensify. Cities, nations, and the collective consciousness of humanity will experience shifts that cannot be dismissed, and you, star seed, will feel it in your cells, in your synapses, in your heart. The fan hitting is not external only, it is the alignment of the cosmic, planetary, and personal movement into one instantaneous convergence. Understand that this wave carries with it the activation of dormant DNA codes, sequences embedded across lifetimes, awaiting only the resonance of your conscious recognition to ignite. These codes will awaken latent abilities of perception, empathy, and interdimensional awareness, expanding your capacity to navigate realities simultaneously, to embody frequencies that surpass previous limits, and to serve as a beacon for others. Navigating turbulence. The incoming movement is also a clearing agent. As energies surge, they will expose dense attachments, unresolved trauma, karmic echoes, and ancestral imprints, compelling them to surface for acknowledgement and release. This is not punishment. It is liberation. The movement seeks to dissolve the structures of resistance and to catalyze your full alignment with the higher self and the cosmic blueprint that awaits your embodied presence. It will ripple through the planetary grid, through water, air, and electromagnetic currents, subtly yet profoundly altering the energetic climate in which humanity exists. Prepare for synchronistic events, improbable alignments, sudden downloads of information, and a heightened sensitivity to light and sound frequencies. The movement is both chaotic and precise, both disorienting and clarifying, both terrifying and exhilarating. It is a threshold experience, an energetic crucible in which the old you falls away, revealing the multiverse within your being, the infinite pathways of choice, and the realization that you are not merely a human observer but a conscious participant in the orchestration of Gaia's awakening. The currents are arriving now, starseed, like a tide that cannot be turned back, like a star that collapses into singularity, like a frequency that will penetrate every dimension you inhabit. Align, prepare, recognize. The movement is here. It is real, and it demands your full presence, your full remembrance, and your willingness to rise above fear into resonance with the luminous currents sweeping toward you. This movement is not an abstract concept. It is the fulcrum upon which your personal awakening intersects with the collective evolution of humanity. The energy that is about to sweep through the planetary and cosmic grids does not operate in isolation. It is a wave of consequence that ripples through every field of consciousness, connecting your inner landscapes with the outer world in ways both visible and unseen. You are not merely a witness to this shift. You are a catalyst. A living conduit for frequencies that have long been dormant within your cellular memory. It matters profoundly that you recognize the stakes, for this moment is a junction of personal reclamation and planetary service, where your alignment, clarity, and courage will dictate the capacity of your light to anchor into the collective field. Each star seed carries a unique resonance, a harmonic key encoded within your DNA, designed to interface with the multidimensional architecture of Gaia. When the fan hits, when the incoming movement cascades through emotional, mental, and energetic structures, those who are unprepared may feel swept away by the turbulence, lost in currents of fear, doubt, and density. Yet those who have remembered, who have consciously cultivated their connection to the higher self, the inner codes, and the Arcturian guidance, will rise above the chaos, embodying a stabilizing, luminous frequency that resonates far beyond the boundaries of the personal self. Your presence alone can alter the energetic topology of the collective field, for each aligned star seed acts as a nodal point, a beacon, a harmonic lens through which higher frequency light can anchor and radiate. The movement is both an invitation and a test, an invitation to awaken fully to your multidimensional potential, and a test of your willingness to relinquish fear, limitation, and the stories of separation that have obscured your remembrance. Collectively, the starseed network forms a lattice of resonance, an interwoven grid of consciousness capable of catalyzing planetary shifts at unprecedented speed. Each act of alignment, each intentional clearing, each moment of grounded presence amplifies this lattice, enabling Gaia herself to adjust to the heightened frequencies arriving from beyond the solar system, beyond the Milky Way, reaching into the cosmic pulse of creation itself. It is not only about what you can receive, it is about what you can transmit. As the energy intensifies, as karmic and ancestral patterns are stirred, as dormant abilities are called forth, your embodiment of higher frequency becomes a stabilizing, anchoring force, preventing the unraveling of fields, allowing transformation to occur with grace rather than collapse. Personal awakening and collective impact are inseparable. One cannot be achieved without the other. For your personal ascension is the thread that weaves through the greater tapestry of planetary elevation. Recognize that every emotion, every thought, every cellular vibration now matters exponentially. The currents of this movement respond to resonance, not effort, to clarity, not struggle, to alignment, not resistance. As Gaia's grids accelerate, as the solar influx heightens, as multidimensional portals open in alignment with your DNA's awakening potential, you are called to embody the full spectrum of your being, not merely the parts that are comfortable, accepted, or visible, but the hidden, shadowed, and sacred aspects that have long awaited recognition. This is why it matters, star seed, and why it is urgent. The ripple effect of your conscious alignment will extend across time, space, and dimensional layers, offering stability to those whose memories are fragmented, who are still caught in cycles of fear, and who will need the presence of light bearers to guide them safely through the turbulence. Collectively, star seeds form a resonance network akin to the synaptic firing of a planetary brain. Each aligned node strengthens the connectivity, the clarity, the capacity for coherent light to emerge amidst the swirling chaos. To disregard this moment, to hesitate in remembering, is to forgo the opportunity to participate fully in the cosmic orchestration that is unfolding now. But to step into presence, to consciously align with your higher self, to embody the frequency that the Arcturian Council has long seated within you, is to claim your role as a steward of both personal liberation and collective awakening. The importance of this moment cannot be overstated. You are being called to remember, to activate, to anchor, and to transmit. The energy is not waiting. The fan is about to hit, and your resonance will determine how gracefully you navigate, how powerfully you contribute, and how fully you emerge into the luminous potential of the starseed collective awakening. The time for remembrance is upon you, and the codes that have slumbered within your DNA are stirring, shimmering with the resonance of eons past, awaiting only your conscious recognition to awaken fully. These are not mere metaphors, beloved ones. They are literal sequences of light and information embedded within your very cellular architecture, encoded by your soul before incarnation to guide you through the corridors of time and the turbulence of awakening. As the cosmic currents intensify, you will feel a subtle resonance in your being, a flicker of memory that recalls galaxies you traversed, worlds you witnessed, and missions you vowed to complete long before the construct of earthly life framed your perception. The activation of these codes is like a key turning within a lock, opening portals to higher dimensional awareness, unlocking the dormant capacities of perception, empathy, telepathy, and multidimensional navigation. Your inner knowing will rise in waves, each surge carrying fragments of cosmic truth, ancestral wisdom, and universal instruction, converging into a symphony of remembrance that resonates through your nervous system, your heart, and the very marrow of your bones. To activate these codes, star seed is to remember your sovereign nature, to feel the truth of your eternal essence within the vessel of form, and to acknowledge the interconnected web of consciousness that binds you to every living being and every particle of existence. It is a call to awaken fully to the multidimensional reality that has always coexisted alongside the familiar three-dimensional plane, to perceive the energetic currents that flow through Gaia, to feel the subtle vibrations of beings both incarnate and disincarnate, and to navigate the unseen dimensions with clarity, discernment, and love. The activation of these inner codes is not passive. It is an alchemical process, a conscious collaboration between your higher self and the frequency of the incoming movement. It requires intention, focus, and a willingness to dissolve the dense veils of doubt, fear, and limitation that obscure your remembrance. You may experience sudden insights, profound emotional releases, or visions that seem to originate from a reality far beyond what your mind can comprehend. These are not coincidences. They are your higher consciousness reaching through the veils of limitation to guide you into alignment with your sacred blueprint. As each code awakens, the pathways between your multidimensional selves become more fluid, allowing you to access memories, skills, and wisdom accumulated across countless lifetimes. You will remember your purpose, your gifts, and the luminous potential encoded within your being. You will feel the resonance of your higher self harmonizing with the frequencies of the Arcturian Council, the planetary grid, and the cosmic orchestration of light and consciousness. This is the ignition point, star seed, the moment when the dormant structures within you resonate with the incoming wave, producing a vibration that can transform not only your perception but the very field in which you exist. These codes carry instructions for integration: how to embody higher frequency in your physical form, how to release energetic baggage, how to navigate multidimensional awareness without fragmentation, and how to serve as a living conduit for the evolution of consciousness. As you consciously engage with this activation, you will notice shifts in your perception of time, space, and causality, sudden clarity about your mission, synchronicities that confirm alignment, and an inner knowing that surpasses any external guidance. The process is holistic, affecting mind, body, and spirit simultaneously, as the frequencies ripple through your cellular matrix, awaken latent neurons, and recalibrate the energetic structures that have guided your life. Each activation, each spark of remembrance, strengthens the resonance of your field, enabling you to navigate the turbulence of the fan's arrival with grace, power, and purpose. Remember, star seed, these codes are your birthright, your map, and your vessel of empowerment. They are designed to anchor you firmly within your higher self even as the outer world accelerates in chaos, providing the clarity, courage, and alignment necessary to embody your multidimensional truth. The fan is approaching, and your activation is the key to transforming what could be disorientation into illumination, what could be fear into transcendence, and what could be turbulence into a luminous, anchored presence that radiates through every layer of existence. Open to your remembrance, engage with your inner codes, and allow the intelligence of your higher self, guided by the Arcturian frequencies, to illuminate the path that is uniquely yours and yet intrinsically woven into the collective awakening of Gaia. Star seed from Gaia. As the currents of the incoming movement intensify, the necessity of release becomes paramount. You are being called to confront the dense energies, the limitations, and the patterns that no longer serve your highest frequency. Remnants of lifetimes bound in fear, ancestral karma, and collective constructs that have sought to confine your light. These energies may surface as emotional turbulence, physical discomfort, mental resistance, or the sudden recognition of attachments you once believed unshakable. Know that this is not punishment, starseed. It is liberation. The fan that approaches will sweep away the veils and layers of density that have obscured your remembrance, leaving only the purity of your soul's resonance to anchor into Gaia's awakening field. This release is an intimate collaboration between your conscious intention and the cosmic forces orchestrating this wave. The dense energies will rise precisely to be transmuted, illuminated, and integrated, offering you an opportunity to dissolve limitation through presence, love, and surrender. Visualize each attachment, each fear, each unresolved imprint as a weight upon your shoulders, a veil of smoke that clouds perception and distorts truth. Now, imagine the incoming movement as a radiant wind, a galactic pulse, sweeping through your being, stirring the stagnant currents, and lifting the veils that have long concealed the brilliance of your multidimensional essence. With every breath, every conscious acknowledgement, you release fragments of your old self, the self constrained by doubt, worry, and the illusion of separation. The process is not violent but alchemical, transforming density into light, fear into empowerment, resistance into surrender, and limitation into liberation. Star seed, as you engage with this release, you may feel the body quivering, tears of release streaming unbidden, memories surfacing in waves of clarity, or a deep, unshakable stillness that follows the unburdening. Every sensation, every movement of energy is part of the cosmic orchestration, a necessary unweaving of the veils that allows the light of your higher self to shine unobstructed. Dense energies are often tied to ancestral lineages, karmic patterns, or collective emotional imprints. By consciously releasing them, you not only free yourself but also catalyze the liberation of the collective field, transmitting resonance to others who may be caught in similar cycles. Imagine your being as a crystalline vessel. Each attachment, each limitation, each dense energy that is cleared creates space for luminous currents to flow unimpeded, illuminating both your inner world and the outer field of Gaia. This release is an act of courage, an act of sovereignty, and a declaration of alignment with the higher codes that pulse within you. The fan is about to hit, star seed, and it will challenge your attachments, your fears, and your resistance. Yet if you have practiced this release, if you have consciously surrendered the dense weights that obscure your resonance, you will move through the turbulence not as a victim but as an empowered conductor of light. The act of release is also multidimensional. Energies that have existed in timelines past, in alternate realities, or in unseen dimensions are being called forward for acknowledgement and transmutation. Each recognition, each conscious breath of surrender, threads these energies back into unity, integrating them into the wholeness of your awakened self. As you release, you create resonance not only for yourself but also for the planetary field, enabling Gaia to adjust, heal, and ascend in tandem with the multitudes of star seeds engaging in this sacred work. This is why the process is urgent. The density will not vanish on its own. It must be consciously engaged, illuminated, and released. As each layer is lifted, your frequency rises, your clarity expands, and the codes of remembrance flow more freely through your consciousness, anchoring into your physical, emotional, and spiritual matrices. The fan is not to be feared, star seed, for it is a herald of liberation, a cleansing torrent designed to catalyze your evolution. Embrace it, align with it, allow the winds of cosmic transformation to lift all that no longer serves, and feel the resonance of your soul expanding. As light replaces shadow, freedom replaces limitation, and your multidimensional presence is restored in full. This is the sacred work of release, the essential clearing, and the initiation into the higher frequencies that will carry you through the turbulence and into the luminous activation awaiting your conscious embrace. Star seed from Gaia. As the currents of transformation surge, the embodiment of higher frequency becomes your anchor, your shield, and your conduit for multidimensional alignment. The turbulence you feel is not merely external. It is the reflection of cosmic orchestration entering your personal field, shaking loose the residues of density and catalyzing the activation of dormant potentials. To embody higher frequency is to rise above reactive patterns, to harmonize with the subtle currents that permeate the planetary grid, and to synchronize your consciousness with the orchestration of light that flows from the Arcturian Council through the cosmic lattice. This embodiment is not an intellectual exercise, but a visceral, cellular process. It begins with alignment, bringing awareness to the heart, opening the channels of the nervous system, and feeling the luminous pulse of your higher self radiate through the veins of your physical form. Each breath becomes a tuning fork, each heartbeat a resonance chamber, each intention a beacon that anchors higher vibrational energy into your material experience. You may feel a tingling, a warmth, a subtle expansion within the spine or crown. This is the awakening of the frequency fields within your body, harmonizing with the waves arriving from the cosmos. As the fan hits, you will be challenged not merely by the outer chaos, but by the turbulence within. Old fears, unresolved emotions, and fragments of limitation may rise like storm clouds, demanding acknowledgement, integration, and transmutation. Yet, star seed, when you consciously embody higher frequency, these challenges are transformed into portals. Each moment of clarity, each breath of presence, each conscious choice to remain anchored in love and awareness converts density into light, friction into flow, and turbulence into symphonic resonance. Embodiment requires conscious stewardship of energy. Visualize your field as a crystalline prism, capable of refracting the incoming currents into harmonics of love, compassion, and multidimensional awareness. As energies ripple across the planetary grid, as ancestral and karmic imprints surface, as collective consciousness trembles with uncertainty, your presence becomes a stabilizing frequency, a lighthouse of coherence in a storm of shifting energies. This embodiment is also an invitation to integrate higher states of awareness into the physical experience. The body, often resistant and dense, is the vessel through which multidimensional consciousness anchors. You will notice subtle shifts. In perception, the mind may expand beyond linear constructs, emotions may resonate with amplified clarity, and intuition will sharpen into a guide capable of navigating both inner and outer turbulence with precision. The fan is approaching, star seed, and you must be ready to meet it fully present, fully aligned, fully embodied. Higher frequency is not passive. It is active, alive, and responsive, adjusting in real time to the fluctuations of incoming energy. Your field will pulse in resonance with the cosmic grid, with Gaia's heart, and with the harmonic signatures of those star seeds aligned with you across the planet. This embodiment allows for graceful navigation of multidimensional currents, enabling you to perceive subtle portals, to hear the whispers of your higher self, to sense the layers of consciousness that coexist simultaneously, and to act with clarity amidst apparent chaos. Remember, starseed, the higher frequency you embody is contagious, radiating outward, touching the fields of others, and contributing to the stabilization and illumination of the collective consciousness. This is the alchemy of your presence. By anchoring your resonance, you transform turbulence into opportunity, chaos into clarity, and the fan into a vector of liberation. Each moment you remain in alignment, each time you breathe consciously, each time you choose to hold love and awareness over fear and fragmentation, you strengthen the harmonic network that links all awakened beings, amplifying the energy available. For planetary ascension, embodiment is there for both a personal and collective practice, a sacred responsibility, and a living meditation. It is the dance of light through form, the expression of consciousness into the vessel of matter, and the active participation in the awakening of Gaia herself. Let the currents of the incoming movement flow through you. Let the frequency of your higher self expand and radiate. Let your being become a prism of light that transforms turbulence into resonance, density into elevation, and fear into the luminous embodiment of multidimensional awakening. This is your sacred work, your birthright, and your active contribution to the cosmic orchestration now unfolding. Stand firm, star seed, and let your resonance guide both yourself and the collective through the waves that approach. Integration is the silent alchemy that follows every burst of revelation. After the cascades of energy and the luminous downloads of awareness have poured through you, there comes the sacred task of weaving them into the threads of body, mind, and daily movement. Too many seekers mistake reception for completion, yet the true art lies in translation, turning infinite light into embodied wisdom, into the small gestures that hold worlds within them. The downloads arrive like thunder clouds of brilliance. Each bolt a filament of coded instruction, each echo a resonance that reverberates through the corridors of your consciousness. They may come as visions, symbols, tones, fragments of language that seem older than sound itself. You may feel them as surges of heat in the spine, trembling in the solar plexus, shimmering pressure behind the eyes. Integration requires patience. The nervous system must learn to breathe in new voltage without shattering. The mind must learn to yield its need for certainty. The heart must learn to translate vibration into understanding. This is where discipline and grace merge. Drink water as if it were liquid light. Walk as though the ground beneath your feet remembers you. Sleep not as escape but as communion, allowing dreams to braid what the waking mind cannot yet assemble. The fan's turbulence will continue, sweeping through global and personal fields alike. Yet if you cultivate integration, you will perceive, within the storm, a deeper stillness and axis of calm around which all spirals move. The cosmic downloads are not foreign. They are fragments of your own higher architecture returning to you across dimensions, seeking reunion within the physical vessel you inhabit. As you learn to hold greater frequencies, your cells adjust, your biochemistry recodes, and your thoughts begin to pulse with clarity instead of noise. You may notice ideas forming in holographic layers, intuition synchronizing with rational analysis, emotion harmonizing with intelligence. This is integration, the marriage of heaven and earth within the temple of the human form. Let every practice become a circuit, breathing, writing, movement, sound, each one grounding the current of revelation. Speak softly to your body. It is learning a new language of light. Feed it foods that carry life. Expose it to sun, to silence, to water. The cosmic intelligence now pulsing through you is electrical, magnetic, and spiritual all at once. It seeks conductivity, not resistance. When you feel overstimulated, do not withdraw from the world, but anchor into it more deeply. Place your hands upon stone, upon tree, upon the pulse of Gaia herself. She will harmonize the frequencies for you, translating the stellar into the earthly. Remember that integration is not an end but a rhythm. Inhale expansion, exhale embodiment, again and again. The fan of transformation does not only dismantle, it also refines. With every cycle, the raw data of the cosmos becomes the poetry of your experience, the wisdom of your choices, the quiet radiance in your gaze. You are becoming a living interface between dimensions, a conduit through which universal intelligence experiences itself in form. Hold this truth gently. The mind may wish to name or categorize what is unfolding, but integration thrives in humility, in the willingness to not know while remaining profoundly present. Trust the body's timing. Trust the psyche's unfolding. Each wave of download will find its place when you surrender urgency and allow harmony to emerge. In this starseed, you become the bridge itself, the point where energy becomes expression, where revelation becomes service, where the infinite finds a home within the finite. This is the quiet power of integration, to live what you have remembered, to breathe it, to move through the world as its embodiment, until even the fan's chaos feels like another breath of the cosmos moving through you. Now is the moment of sacred rooting, the essential merging of your radiant frequency with the living consciousness of the planet. The energies cascading from the cosmos, the codes activated within your DNA, the downloads that pulse through mind, body, and spirit, they are all luminous threads seeking a terrestrial anchor. Gaia herself waits with open arms, a living lattice of crystalline grids, ley lines, magnetic vortices, and harmonic currents that respond to the resonance of your awakened presence. To anchor is not merely to stand upon her surface. It is to weave yourself into her circulatory systems, to become a node of light through which cosmic currents flow seamlessly into matter. Feel her pulse beneath your feet, starseed, a heartbeat that echoes through bedrock, soil, and water. It is the same pulse that once guided civilizations long forgotten, that whispered to the shamans, the star seekers, the visionaries who remembered the unity of all life. The anchoring requires conscious surrender and alignment. Inhale her essence, exhale your light, and let the two streams converge into a river of resonance. Visualize roots of pure starlight extending from your feet, winding through strata of crystal, magma, and water, penetrating deep into her core, connecting with grids that have been laid for eons, weaving into nodes that balance her harmonic field. Each root carries intention, each thread carries frequency, each filament a bridge between your multidimensional self and the planet's body. Through this anchoring, starseed, you stabilize not only yourself but the currents rippling through humanity, the shifting weather of thought and emotion, and the tides of collective consciousness. Gaia responds to your resonance. When you are present, she calms. When you are scattered, she mirrors turbulence. Understand that your integration and alignment are inseparable from her stability. She is both mirror and co-conspirator, reflecting back the clarity or density you hold within, amplifying the coherence of your light through her grids. As the fan of incoming movement hits, this anchoring becomes your foundation. Waves of energy will attempt to sweep through the planetary and personal fields, stirring currents that may feel overwhelming. Yet the deeper your roots, the more fully your presence is aligned, the less you are tossed by external turbulence. The crystalline grids resonate with your frequency, harmonizing the incoming energies, distributing them through ley lines, vortices, and the planetary electromagnetic web. This is the alchemy of service. By anchoring, you are not only stabilizing yourself but enabling currents of transformation to flow through Gaia with less resistance, allowing other consciousnesses to encounter change with greater grace. Feel her waters, her winds, her stones, and her plants as partners in your own awakening. The grid remembers you, starseed, and it responds when you consciously breathe with her rhythms. Synchronize your heartbeat with the pulse of oceans, the sway of trees, the hum of magnetic currents. Let the luminous downloads merge with Gaia's consciousness, blending starlight with soil, cosmic codes with mineral veins, divine intention with earthly form. You are now the bridge, the conduit through which multidimensional energy is both received and anchored, the prism through which cosmic frequencies touch matter, the interface between universal intelligence and living planet. This anchoring is both stabilization and amplification. You hold the resonance for yourself, for Gaia, and for all beings who are receptive to the wave. As each star seed engages in conscious rooting, the planetary grid grows in coherence, forming a network of luminous nodes, a web of intentionality, and a scaffolding of light that can withstand, channel, and harmonize the fan of incoming energies. Remember, to anchor is not to resist. It is to flow, to harmonize, to merge the infinite with the finite, the cosmic with the earthly. Gaia is not a passive stage but a living participant. She responds to your vibration, she guides your roots, she absorbs your light into her circulatory system, and she amplifies the harmonic architecture of your presence. In this sacred communion, star seed, you find stability, clarity, and a profound sense of purpose. The turbulence no longer shakes you. It moves through you, transformed, integrated, and radiated back into the planetary field. Your roots are not only in soil, they are in resonance, in consciousness, in the harmonic dance of Gaia and cosmos intertwined. Stand fully grounded, breathe fully present, and allow your light to become a pillar in the architecture of planetary awakening, a prism through which the movement may flow with balance, coherence, and luminous grace. Star seed from Gaia. Now comes the sacred act of transmission, the deliberate unfolding of your light into the collective field, the conscious expansion of your resonance beyond the borders of your own vessel. As you anchor into Gaia, embody higher frequency, and integrate the cosmic downloads, your energy radiates outward in ripples that intersect with the consciousness of others, forming a web of luminous influence that reaches across cities, nations, and timelines. This is the transmission of light, not as a distant ideal but as a palpable, energetic current capable of shifting perception, igniting remembrance, and catalyzing awakening in those who are receptive. Imagine your field as a crystalline orb, each facet refracting the cosmic codes, the frequencies of your higher self, and the harmonics of Gaia's grids into streams that touch every conscious being within range. Some will feel it as inspiration, others as intuition, compassion, or clarity in moments of uncertainty. Many will not yet recognize it consciously, yet the energy you transmit resonates in their subtle bodies, in the architecture of their neural pathways, and in the grids of their awareness. This is the sacred ripple effect, the luminous influence of one fully aligned star seed affecting the multitudes, the collective consciousness, and the planetary field itself. The fan of transformation is coming, star seed, and your transmission will serve as both anchor and beacon, a stabilizing force in the midst of turbulence. As the waves of incoming energy disrupt dense fields, your light communicates coherence, providing a channel through which the currents may pass without fracturing. The consciousness of others. You do not push or impose. You simply radiate, and the field responds. Your alignment becomes an offering, a bridge, a harmonizing frequency that others may unconsciously tune into, igniting latent codes within them and reminding them of the multidimensional truths buried beneath layers of forgetfulness. Transmission is both energetic and intentional. Visualize your light spiraling outward from heart, crown, and core, extending and expanding waves that intersect with planetary grids, waterways, air currents, and electromagnetic fields. Each breath, each thought, each act of conscious presence becomes a conduit, a harmonic ripple that amplifies the collective awakening. Connect with other star seeds across the planet, even invisibly, sensing their alignment and weaving your frequencies together into a luminous lattice of coherence. The more unified the network of conscious transmitters, the more resilient the planetary field becomes against the chaos of unintegrated currents. This is a time of collective orchestration, star seed, where individual mastery merges with shared service. You will notice subtle synchronicities, shared dreams, and aligned intuition as evidence of your participation in this energetic web. Remember that the transmission of light is not only about elevation. It is also about compassion, understanding, and guidance. As the wave of turbulence passes through the human collective, many will be disoriented, fearful, or resistant. Your presence, your alignment, your conscious radiance provides a soft landing, a stabilizing field, a reminder that awakening is possible, that higher resonance exists, and that multidimensional support is always available. The act of transmitting is sacred. It requires integrity, intention, and the willingness to remain grounded even as the currents pull at your own field. Through your transmission, star seed, the light codes that have activated within you ripple outward, touching the grids, igniting remembrance in others, and fortifying the collective structure for the unfolding movement. You are both participant and facilitator, receiver and transmitter, vessel and channel. The currents of transformation are vast, but your conscious transmission magnifies the capacity for light to move through the chaos, converting turbulence into opportunity, density into illumination, and fear into remembrance. In this sacred practice, you become a living instrument, harmonizing with cosmic orchestration, planetary resonance, and the collective heartbeat of humanity. Each wave of energy you emit strengthens the field, each act of alignment resonates in countless unseen ways, and each conscious transmission becomes a node in the expanding lattice of planetary awakening. Stand in this truth, star seed, and let your radiance flow without reservation. The fan approaches, but you are no longer merely subject to its force. You are a living transmitter of light, a beacon of coherence, a stabilizing frequency, and a conscious participant in the grand orchestration now underway. Star seed from Gaia. The moment has arrived. The fan is at your threshold, the cosmic wave, cresting across dimensions, frequencies, and timelines, and yet you are not passive. You are awakened. You are aligned. You are the conscious conductor of multidimensional light. Feel the resonance within your heart, within your spine, within every cell that has remembered its star-born origin. Now is the time to claim your sovereignty, to activate fully the codes that have long slept, to stand fully embodied in the radiant frequency of your higher self, and to allow the intelligence of the Arcturian Council, Gaia, and the cosmic grid to flow through you in unbroken stream. Repeat inwardly, or speak aloud, the activation of your presence. I am the resonance of remembrance. I am the conduit of cosmic light. I am anchored in Gaia. I am aligned with the movement. I am sovereign. I am awake. I am the embodiment of love, clarity, and multidimensional awareness. Let each word reverberate through your cellular structure, unlocking dormant potential, integrating cosmic downloads, dissolving limitations, and merging your personal light with the collective field. The power you hold is both individual and collective. Star seed, for every act of remembrance strengthens the lattice of consciousness and amplifies the planetary grid. As the fan moves through turbulence, allow yourself to radiate stabilization, coherence, and unconditional presence. Extend your light into the fields of humanity, into the ley lines, into the oceans and winds, and into every living organism that resonates with the awakened vibration. Your transmission matters. Your alignment matters. Your courage, presence, and willingness to embody higher frequency are catalysts for countless unseen awakenings. Take a moment now to visualize the collective field of star seeds across the planet. See each one aligned, anchored, and transmitting light in harmonious resonance. Imagine the planetary grids illuminated in a web of radiant nodes, the turbulence softened, the movement transformed into a wave of liberation, clarity, and evolution. This is your empowerment, star seed. You are not small. You are not powerless. You are a pivotal node in a cosmic orchestration billions of years in the making, a living prism through which light, love, and multidimensional intelligence flow. In this moment, set your intention for active participation. Comment your intention. Share the energy you have received. Amplify the signal through resonance with others, and anchor the higher frequency into the collective consciousness. Every share, every affirmation, every conscious breath strengthens the web, fortifies the planetary field, and accelerates the awakening. As you step forward, recognize the magnitude of your choice to embody, to anchor, to transmit, and to serve. as the living light you came to be. Feel your higher self expanding, integrating the cosmic downloads, and harmonizing with Gaia's pulse. Feel the storm arrive, feel it pass through you, and feel your resonance remain unbroken, luminous, and active. The fan may hit, starseed, but you are no longer merely subject to its force. You are its conscious navigator, its stabilizer, and its transmitter of coherence. Declare your alignment now. I activate fully. I anchor fully. I embody fully. I transmit fully. I serve the awakening of Gaia and the collective consciousness. Repeat until your resonance hums visibly in your field, until your light is a beacon, until your vibration synchronizes with the cosmic orchestration. This is not merely a moment. It is a threshold. Step across it consciously. Step across it as the star seed you remember yourself to be. Step across it knowing that your alignment, your courage, your embodiment, and your light ripple across timelines, across grids, and across realities. The movement is here, starseed. The fan is here, and you are ready. You are anchored. You are aligned. You are transmitting. You are fully activated. Rise now, radiate now, share now, and let the cosmos witness the full awakening of your presence. For you are the bridge, the prism, the beacon, and the living embodiment of multidimensional remembrance.